I am Yousif Ali Mirza. I'm the Chief Executive of Credimax. Briefly, I am a card business by profession. I've been in this industry for more than 32 years. So I've been sort of, since my degree, I've been, going into the card business. My association with Credimax has been basically back in 2007 when I joined. I joined Credimax as a senior manager, heading the customer service area. Back in 2011, I moved to another department. It's a bigger department, basically, which is of complex processing and different lines of functional responsibilities. It is called business support. And then 2013, the board of directors of decided to appoint me as a Credimax chief executive. So this is basically in brief about me and my history with Credimax. Credimax operates under a financing company licensed by the Central Bank of Bahrain. It was formally established in 1999. It is a fully owned subsidiary of Bank of Bahrain and Kuwait. It's mainly engaged into card business activities, be it from card issuance to card transaction acceptance on different acceptance channels like the point of sale and the payment gateway and all sort of acceptance channels. This is done, of course, with association with and collaboration with Visa, with the international card schemes like Visa, MasterCard, JCB, and recently we have also taken alliances with Union Pay International, which is the international company or venture of the China Union Pay, which is the Chinese brand. Issuance of card is nothing new to basically Credimax, because prior to that, before it was formally established, it was operating out of BBK. And the first card, believe it or not, was issued in 1991. So you're talking years back. We're probably one of the pioneers and the leaders or the first movers to this card landscape. From few people that time to where we are today, more than 100 plus staff. We have been, as a Credimax, pioneering and leading the industry in the card business in Bahrain. Of course, there are other players in the market, but we have been the one has a lot of coverage in Bahrain. As you can imagine, if you walk into shops, you will see always Credimax machines are there. That it only tells you that the strength of the brand. It's a homegrown brand actually, but some people would call it indigenous brand. You see, people to create that brand, it takes a lot of effort and time, and we have really worked very extensively to bring Credimax where everybody in Bahrain, be it local or the people who live and work in Bahrain, knows Credimax as a brand. We issue various products, we provide various services on top of the products. So it ranges basically between the classic conventional credit card that everybody seems to know, to providing and fulfilling the needs of the high affluent customer base, whereas we provide the products that meet and their lifestyle and the way they work and operate to the day-to-day. We've been the first ones to introduce the internet cards in Bahrain more than 10 years back actually, that you can go and do your internet shopping and safely and securely. We have been the leaders or the first ones to issue university or student cards, whereas we had a tie-up with the Bahrain University, whereas we issue credit cards to the university prior to their graduations. That helps them to get acquainted with the way to deal with cards, allows them to do some research and buy some few things online. And when they leave, inshallah, and the hope is, and which has been proven by years of experience, the first time they get an employment, they will ask for a card from Credimax. On top of that, we fulfill the the commercial businesses in Bahrain. We issue corporate cards with very advanced MIS that enables them to basically manage their expenses, corporate expenses, their purchases, their travel expenses, and so on and so forth, pay their utility bills, and etc., and provides them with a safe and secure means of payment rather than cash and all. So if you see, we have been covering a lot of segments in Bahrain when it comes to card products. We engage consultants that they look at the market, and we know the market, being in the business since years back. So we customize some and tailor-made some of the products to the needs of the segments that we target. As I said, it ranges from... We have been also with our merchants, the business partners, the people who accept, and the merchants in the shopping malls. And we have been the ones introducing, the portable ones, the GPRS point of sale a long time ago, the smart card readers. We've been the ones that giving them now recently the ability to allow customers to pay by their own card currency rather than just the Bahraini dinar. They call it the dynamic currency conversion. So this is basically, in a nutshell, summary, where we come from, how Credimax was established, and what sort of products we provide. Challenges, first of all, cash is still dominant in this part of the world and in Bahrain, as per stats, as per information we have, as per, probably you look at your wallet, you must have some, few dinars with you wherever you go. So cash is still dominant, so that represents a challenge and an opportunity. A challenge that you need to convince people that the card payment is the way forward, and then this also is moving towards electronic modes of payment. And also that's a challenge to convince people, to show them that using the card can be used for your day-to-day. Some people think that the card is only to be used basically for sort of, for travel purposes or entertainment, or dining out. Whereas you can do day-to-day shopping, you can do whatever you want to do with the card. Also, the Bahrain market size is relatively, compared to like markets like the GCC, is small, but there is a lot of opportunity because of the cash dominance. And we are in an industry where we we do our effort to transform cash into card and other secure modems of payments. Apart from that, like any industry, we see challenges, and when we see these challenges, we actually treat them as an opportunities, where we try and tap on these opportunities to do that. So in a nutshell, to convert and convince people that the moving away from cash, minimizing reliance on cash and other card payments is the way forward. To have presence in most of the areas in Bahrain is a challenge which we have been fully sort of responsive to, and we have been providing our merchants and online shoppers all the tools to do that. And also Bahrain market being small, so one of the challenges you face is to ensure that your pricing is competitive and people don't shy away from your products. Also, it's not the pricing that we compete with as an element itself. We as Credimax, we really pride ourselves on the quality of service we provide. our flexibility, our availability. We have 24 hours availability. We respond to customer needs. We have internal quality area where they check on the completion, the cycle of completion. We engage mystery shoppers to do some mystery shoppers, consultants to do that. We do customer satisfaction. So we pride ourselves actually to have to provide the products and services that meet and hopefully exceeds customer expectations. Payment landscape is rapidly changing. The payment market is changing because of technology has to do a lot with the way things are happening. Many people talk, say, and I've been in conferences and in discussions, say that in the medium to long term, the actual plastic will disappear. You will have everything, stored in your mobile and do that. So basically, the market is changing rapidly. So the competition from debit cards or the other credit card issuers will always be there. That will only makes us continue our efforts to maintain at the top of the market, to maintain the quality of services we provide, to maintain and come up with new products that we do to help us maintain and grow this position we are in today. As far as debit cards, there is a difference between debit cards and a credit card. Debit card, you can only spend what you have actually in your bank account, and that is available at that time. Whereas in credit card, there are facilities and privileges that you get on top of that. Also, prepaid card is an opportunity. It's not a threat because we issue prepaid card. There are segments that is not tapped in the untapped in the market, where you can issue credit cards, which people don't like to have credit facilities, or because of other commitments, they are unable to get more facilities. So the prepaid card is a way forward. Actually, we have been pioneers in issuing prepaid cards, Credimax, and we've been given an award last year for having the most innovative product that we issued on a prepaid card. So these are basically the challenges that faces every industry, and in the card business is no difference. You will have other players, you will have new advances in technology that you need to embrace and move forward, and we have been actually doing that over the years and will continue to do that basically. We have as a corporate within BBK, we do a 3-year strategy. We design our strategy, which has a 3-year cycle. We just started 2016, 17, 18. So actually we put plans, take into consideration all these changes happening in the payment landscape. We put that, and we work also closely with the card brands like Visa and MasterCard. We meet with them so we know what is happening in the world. And accordingly, we put plans and design products and design services and even spread of our geographic location according to these plans, so that in the next 3 or 5 or 10 years, we still maintain our position. I see Credimax will continue to take leadership in this industry in the Bahrain market. And I see we've announced plans to move, geographically outside Bahrain. We had studied a couple of markets, and we have been engaged with some consultants to explore opportunities outside Bahrain. As far as Bahrain, which is where we are here, headquartered in Bahrain, we will continue the search and bring new innovative products to the market. We just launched recently, I think in this month, if I'm not mistaken, 2 new products that has been so far all the numbers shows it's been the uptake of these products has been very well received by the clients. We will be launching new products next year. We will be introducing new services as we move on. We recently introduced the sending PIN by SMS, which is a secure means to do that. And we had to design a platform and a system where These pins are exchanged through the SMS very securely and safely. And we also take these things to our regulator, the central bank, and get their approval. As far as security and making people feel comfortable and have assurances and a peace of mind that using Credimax cards, products and services is secure, we do a lot of efforts. We were actually the pioneers and the leaders in bringing the 3D secure to do shopping online, where we go through a rigorous process and then you get a PIN. So every time you do a transaction, you do securely. So that was introduced by us, I think, a few years back. It has tremendously helped in reducing the online fraud and misuse of the products, of the cards. We have been working closely with the Ministry of Interior in Bahrain in combating fraud and counterfeit cards and all that. And we've been awarded actually by the ministry recently. Our head of fraud control was awarded by the ministry. It was in the papers as well, for being the front line, where we can say that helping the ministry to help protect Bahrain market. We have a 24 hours monitoring where we have certain parameters and criteria where a transaction, if it is not within the normal patterns, will trigger our staff to look at that transaction and call up people and be vigilant of what's happening. We've also used technology, whereas we have advanced fraud detection systems, whereas you also enter certain patterns into that based on historical data, based on the information we get from the customer, and that triggers. So we've been at the forefront combating fraud. We have helped the authorities here in Bahrain to minimize and in many instances prevent fraudulent activities taking place. Of course, this is done because of the wealth of experience and knowledge we have in this business, because of the relationship we have with the merchants and the people who accept these cards actually. And it has been done because of the training and the skills of the staff we have within Credimax that really is the cornerstone of everything we do. We as a Credimax, we have the workforce here in Bahrain in Credimax has been all nationals, all locals. We invest really in their development. We have a lot of discussions and courses and seminars with Visa, and others as well, that we send our people. So we have really highly skilled and motivated staff. So we not just value them, we actually reward them for their outstanding performance, and combating fraud is part of that. Actually, we attend seminars, we have councils, regional councils that we participate, and we deliver presentations to groups of people about making them aware of the hazards and what they need to be careful using their cards online or in person, basically. Our message to the people of Bahrain, to the business community, is of confidence, of trust. We see, as I said, we see a lot of opportunity in the market. There are big shopping malls coming. There are events and exhibitions taking place. We have been at the forefront providing that sort of. We facilitate payment and make sure that the investors who come to Bahrain, they see that there is a robust and a solid and a secure payment acceptance and network in Bahrain, which we provide, that makes them comfortable and feel safe to conduct business. I'll give a few examples, like we are, the Jewelry Arabia, the International Air Show, all these exhibitions that takes place, we provide them actually with the acceptance machines. We go there and have our staff there, we promote. So our message is very clear. We are here to grow our business. We are here to help the image and the national interests of Bahrain. And we are actually, we take initiatives when we know there is a there is a big venture is happening in Bahrain, we go and visit those suppliers and say, if you're coming to Bahrain, we will be able to provide you with this and that to do that. So our message, we have seen growth in the business, and we will continue, inshallah, to see growth in the business. And at the end of the day, Bahrain market is open, is competitive, and there are opportunities for people who can come up with new innovative products and provide the quality of service that people come to expect. And we have been doing very well in that field. We have been taking leadership in that field, so we'll continue to do that, basically.